Today we have just a classic, instant classic. This is the Bannoch PRO. Bannoch PRO. Now, a year or two ago, I did the original Bannoch, which was, I kind of termed it as the most refined, perfect, go-to-work, classic backpack EDC. It's 17 liters for the original Bannoch. They took that design, pumped it up to a 25 liter size, and added some really cool features that are not in the original Bannoch to make it a pro level bag. Bigger, 25 liters, more in the travel or large EDC, kind of can do everything at 25 liters. I've got some thoughts on this, but first of all, nobody introduces this better than Alex. So, I mean, this is what he said.
This is the Bannoch backpack. Enter the Bannoch PRO.
I mean, who can compete with that? Either way, today we're looking at the Bannoch PRO. Let's get into it. All right, before we get into the actual bag, I mean, let's talk about the packaging. Fantastic. And, you know, now you're ready for anything. I just love, you know, simple brown bag with a cool saying on it. Fantastic. They win the packing game. But today, I've got a couple things. First, the Bannoch PRO, obviously. I've got some of their packing cubes. And they have two different styles, but these are the ones where the you know, kind of zippers diagonally. Those are cool. We'll talk about those. And then the eye patch. Get it? See, now you get it. And I mean, they've got several cool patches on their website in the same orange color, and it's just really cool. It does come with the original Trakke logo patch, which I think is also cool. More subdued look, but for the video, I put the eye patch. Love it. Anyway, again, larger bag, 25 versus 17. Dimensions here from the original Bannoch to the Bannoch PRO. So you can kind of compare. This one is at least 3 inches taller, almost 3 inches taller, 3 inches taller, and almost an inch or two deeper. So that's where we get the larger capacity bag. We also have different storage options that we didn't have in the original Bannoch. The main one being we have an external laptop sleeve. Cool, right? This one fits the 16-inch MacBook Pro. It will definitely fit my 13, 14. Padded from the back to the front. Super nice. AquaGuard zippers everywhere. Same bottle pockets that we had on the original with a little bit of elastic on the side, so they stay compressed in when they're not in use. The shoulder straps are sufficiently wide, padded, little spacer mesh in there, and some breathable back panel ridges there for padding. The original one didn't have that. Now they have redesigned the original Bannoch to add some different features, which are different than the video that I'll post a link to over here of my original Bannoch video. So things have changed a little bit. Now this one, only available in the Cobra edition. You can get the original Bannoch in either a G-Hook or this Cobra edition. Another difference that some people pointed out and really don't like is the fact that the newer Bannochs, both the Bannoch and the Bannoch PRO, don't have these straps over the top. I kind of like this smoother top look, but I can see how maybe you would like see the straps in the front. Either way, it doesn't really matter to me. Now, bottle pockets. This one has a very awesome top pocket. AquaGuard zippers, nice little pull in there, and it goes to about here. There's a little bit of sewn in spacing in there, so it doesn't fit so tight. But just realize as you cinch this thing tight, whatever you put in there is going to compress. It doesn't bellow out, but there's enough room, probably phone, AirPods, that kind of thing, while you travel. Again, AquaGuard zippers, keeps it nice and handy. Nice little single handle, everything is just the same webbing, very sturdy and very comfortable. Now, I mentioned the G-hook, not the G-hooks. I mentioned the Cobra buckles, Austro Alpine ones on the front. They also went with the buckles over here, which we did see on the mirror. We'll pull that here in a second. And I think that's cool, indestructible for everything you do with a backpack. Nice little strap keepers and a loop at the end, which just allows this thing to, you know, once it's dialed in, to be completely, you know, clean, not flying around. Now there's no sternum strap on here. There's really, unless you had one that's cinched in and connected to here, you really don't have one, and it's in one spot. The mirror had one. This is fine. I don't necessarily need one in this style of bag, but you know, that's just something to point out. Talked about the top pocket. Now, what you're seeing here are the zippers that run up the front of the bag. Those zippers each have two pulls. One to the top, so you can unzip this down, this thing will open up. Or, and this is where it's cool, if you forgot something in the bottom of the bag. And then you can just access it from here. So you really get very nice side access on either side, just because they put zipper pulls in there. So the zipper pulls, like I said, are these little ring style. You may not like them. I am sort of agnostic about it. You could, I guess, manipulate that zipper and pull this off, I suppose. But anyway, there are, and this was maybe something I brought in the other one. They're a little dangly, make a little bit of noise. So just a minor issue, something to think about. Really not even an issue. You can see there are two levels to this front pocket. I'll talk about it here in a second. But it's got pleats, right? The original one that I reviewed had had one pocket with a divider, so you really had two pockets. This one has one bigger pocket here and another sleeve in the back, which is super nice. Got an iPad in there, and it fits perfectly. And it is, so I would say, a little overstuffed, just because that's what I wanted to do, show it when it was completely packed out, and to see how comfortable it was, A, and B, just to kind of show you what it looks like when you got this thing sort of decked out. Now, this is what immediately jumped out at me when I had this one. And when I compare this to other bags, it'll be very, very obvious. But when I do this, look at that. The thing just doesn't fall over. Like my M22, which I had modified with Cobra buckles, which looked very similar initially to the Bannoch. But when you do this, you're just banging these little connectors everywhere with the Cobra buckles. But for me, it's not such a big issue, but it was just something I noted when I went Cobra buckles on this. Not so with the Bannoch Pro, because they're sewn in right here with a little stitch, so they just never fall down, hit on the ground. Now there's also a little loop sewn in, so that's how you don't end up having all this extra material around. It's just sewn in, and that's just, I think, a really cool design to kind of keep things attached, but yet the ability to adjust them really quick and easy on the go. I mean, I just love it. So Cobra buckles, very cool, very nice design, not going to make a ton of noise, not going to fly all over the place and maybe knock somebody out. Inside here, no internal pocket up top, so that's just something to consider. Now these zippers go at the top, had them down for demonstration purposes. We have a flap that opens up, and then one big pocket. What do I have in here? Well, I just had again, it's kind of overstuffed, as I sometimes do. This has the Cap 1 from Evergoods. I think that was all I put in there. Yeah, that was it. So this is how I would travel. I would have all my charging peripherals in this one pocket. Just jam that sucker in the front. Now I normally have an iPad with me if I'm at work or otherwise, and this front pocket fits an iPad inside a protective case. So it's the medium size, the 12-inch fits in there nicely. That pocket goes all the way to the bottom there, so you can fit something bigger. Now pockets. We have the laptop in the back. We have the two in the front. One, for an iPad, one up here. We have the top pocket on this front flap. Inside, we have three more. One on the front flap and two on the side. So lots of organizational options here on the Bannoch Pro. Unzip the main compartment, Open it up. Here we have the top pocket on the inside to put some more stuff that may be secured. That would be more secure because it's on the inside of the bag. Passport, cash, some other things that you just don't want on the outside. Inside, because it takes a little bit more work to get into it. But I think that's just so cool. Now, I have this thing decked out sort of like I would for a trip. And by that I mean I have packing cubes and 1 or 2 field pockets from GoRuck. One of these is my DOP kit, so all my toiletries. The other one's probably some camera equipment, that kind of thing. And this is just a hypothetical pack out. Now, the packing cubes from Trakke I have here, but I wanted to pack it out with what I typically use, and that's the Peak Design ones. For reasons I've talked about multiple times. The biggest being that there is a divider and it keeps a dirty, stinky side from your fresh clothes, and so I kind of on a trip work my way through each packing cube. So this one will fit. It's pretty tight, and I would say it's 85 to 90% full on the Peak Design square, which I think is technically a medium, and then 2 smalls in the back. They fit side by side, and you know, you're compressing them. I don't have an extra pair of shoes in here. That's kind of the only thing that I don't have. I suppose if I had an extra pair of shoes at the bottom, this would be a little bit elevated. This would be on top, and just 1 of these on the top. And really, you could expand this and maybe take 2, but just something to consider. But the Peak Design ones fit in here just fine. So I just wanted to give you, show you what that is like. While we're open here, nothing along the back panel, no other access to your laptop area. That's separate, access only from the back. All right, so the back panel, nothing really here, no access, again, laptop on the other side. But there are 2, and you can see them here, very nice little drop-in pockets. Little Trakke branding on this pocket here. Those are great because when the bag is up top, you can just undo the flap and get some drop-in stuff. So maybe this would be there. AirPods, sunglasses, reading glasses, that kind of stuff would be in there. And there you go. So just a beautiful color, beautiful internal piece of the bag. Before we pack it up, let's talk about the packing cubes, and then we'll pack it up with the packing cubes. These packing cubes are tremendously well built. I just like the angles they've incorporated here. Very beautiful. Trakke branding, so nice. Little handle on either side so you can grab it out of the bag no matter how you have it. Same zipper pulls, aqua guard to keep things dry, or maybe to keep the stinkiness inside. Either way, I have 2 different sizes here. Medium, small, or medium large. I'm not really sure how, I can't remember how they labeled them, but either way, super nice, very solidly built. Now the internal piece of this, and that's what's cool about it, is the zippers go from one side down, so when you open it up, you kind of have, they kind of pop open to kind of show you whatever you have, and then you can just pop it closed. So I think that's a cool idea. I like the fact that it's not traditional, you know, unzip the top, flip them open. I do like them. And how do they fit is sort of the one thing. And again, I overpack things. You give me an inch, I take a mile. And I traditionally overpack things. So these fit geometrically perfectly in here with a little bit of room to spare. And so, you know, you have room to kind of jam in the water bottles and do other things. And so when I packed this originally, I'm just like, man, I could fit way more in there. And so that's just how these 2 fit. If you really wanted the perfect setup and be everything matching, very copacetic and beautiful and just classic look, then get yourself the packing cubes from Trakke. Now the internal, like, there's no other, you know, divider line like the Peak Design, but these ones fit better, and you know, I can overpack things with some other different packing cubes, but that's just me. Now inside there with those packing cubes, ditch the camera cube, just put my DOP kit on top, and here we go. So I have DOP kit, charging solutions, iPad, laptop, all the other peripherals that I would need on the road in terms of sunglasses and AirPods and that kind of stuff. So there you go. Bottle pockets are just sufficiently deep, padded, you know. Again, this is definitely pro. What do I love about this thing? Well, I love its classic look. 4 good colors. You can't go wrong. It's a dry wax canvas on the outside, loop panel on the top. Different patch options. I need to get all of them, to be honest, just to kind of mix things up. Some very Scottish branded ones that people will look at me in the United States and just think that's funny. I don't think anyone's going to get this thing. Eye patch. Either way. I just love the new pocket up top. I love the 4 zipper pull thing in the front. I love the fact that this is now one bigger pocket with bellows. It's just super cool. This, on my next travel, is going to be my travel backpack. Replace my 26-liter GR1, which I also love, but this thing just has some cool features. What don't I like? Well, there's really not much to not like about this thing. You know what you're getting. They've really done a lot of things with this dry waxed canvas from Trakke, and it is just awesome. The build quality is fantastic. You know, they really overbuilt things with Cobra buckles and these Austro-Alpine buckles in the front. So you really just have a very classic looking bag. And I just, you know, I really can't say much that I don't like about this. Now let's talk about this compared to some other designs in this proximate size category. Now, of course, I got to bring up the Carryology and Trakke Muir, and this is how they look side by side. You know, I'm not going to go feature to feature. There's a lot of internal stuff that I love about this. This, of course, is a different material, different zipper pulls, definitely aqua guard, and it's, you know, it's just very cool. The back panel is one area where you're like, well, why didn't they do this over here? Or why didn't they do this on this side? Just they have more. This is like the Trakke store design for these side bottle pockets. Now they have the same similar Austro-Alpine buckles here. They have a sternum strap, which is really cool. You know, they could have done that over here, but I think I do like the cleaner look on the outside. And for hiking and camping and going everywhere, do everything and beat it up, I do like the fact that they have this sternum strap. This one is more travel focused. They say you can do everything, but I think you're going to be travel, maybe light EDC with this. So maybe you don't need the sternum strap. Either way, that's how they look side by side. Love them both. Fantastic build quality. Can't go wrong. Now that's the Muir. That's a Carryology one. Now one thing, and I've already kind of talked at least initially, because I brought out the GoRuck M22. Well, the M23 in a waxed canvas build looks very similar. Now 25 liters over here, 21 liters over here, which I've said in most of my reviews is a little deceiving, and it's actually a lot bigger than 21 liters. Probably, as you look here, closer to 25 liters. So dimensionally, this is how they stack up, you know, side by side. Now there's some differences, right? We have back panel differences. Shoulder straps are obviously different, more, you know, not really tactical looking, but the fact that we have webbing on there just makes it look a little different. Wax canvas is classic in any way you'd put it. These now come with fitlock style, not the Cobra buckles, but you can have them modified by scars. We do have a front opening, single opening compartment up here to get into the main, which is nice. We do have a bottle pocket, which is zip style. Yeah, I don't know what I really don't think I enjoy the zip bottle pocket, to be honest, but it's there. This side we have a side pocket with lots of access. No top pocket, at least externally. Inside we do, but just side by side, man, that's what they look like. Very comparable, classic looks either way. But, you know, what do you think? Which one do you like? Just want to bring that up. Super nice. There we go. That's the Bannoch Pro. What would I like to see in the future? I would like to see, maybe they just make a Bannoch all with this, and they make 2 different sizes. The 17-inch size size, and then they make this. But all the features that you see here, I don't know. You tell me. Do you want to see? Do you like all these features? Would you like to see them in the regular sized Bannock? I personally would love to see the smaller edition with all this stuff. I think that would be cool. But this one at 25 liters, a perfect weekender mode. So that's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna take it for a week, but I'm gonna have a duffel with me. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sign up for alerts, like, subscribe. More videos coming soon, very soon. I've got a couple just really good videos I've been excited to put out there. Still working on some other projects on the side, so definitely sign up for alerts. With that, let's get outside, enjoy the heat, enjoy the summer. It's going fast. Can't believe it's already July. With that, see ya. Top pocket up here. Nope, that's not it. Those are the big zippered pockets or big pockets. There's two others on the inside that, sometimes I forget. So anyway, well, here we are. You see the inside black material, and then, how did I forget that? There's an internal drop pocket. I gotta redo the whole section. How did I miss that?